Today we will be reacting to
Hey guys, what's
10
up?
hilarious
It's
kids
Charlie
who beat
here,
the
and today
system.
we're going to be looking at 10 hilarious kids who beat the system. There
I'm
are
going
many
to
good
be
things about
reacting
being a
to
kid,
this.
but as your young parents, teachers, and life in general put restrictions on you, well, here are some kids who have already figured out how to win at life. Before we get into it, be sure to subscribe to Top 10s and press
Subscribe
the
to me
notification
and
bell
like.
too.
Okay?
Coming
Comment
in
below.
at number 10, we have Legos. We all know
Oh,
the
gosh.
worst thing about being a kid is your parents getting mad. This usually
Yeah.
means you're going to be shouted at or even spanked. Now, as a kid, you can't
happens to me
exactly
all
do
the
much
time.
about this. However, one young boy who was in trouble took precautions that meant he was untouchable. Forget Al Capone. This kid is a true genius who beat the system. You see, he scattered his Lego pieces all over his bedroom floor to make the ultimate booby trap. If you've ever stepped on a
Couldn't you really just get some shoes on and walk over there? I mean, it doesn't hurt with shoes on.
Lego piece, then I'm surprised you're still around to watch this video. Okay, they're not that bad, but it sure does hurt to step on a Lego brick.
Yes, it does.
So seeing as this kid has put Legos all over his room, he's made a barrier between him and his parents so they can't punish him. Of course, him messing up his room with Lego probably got him into more trouble, but seeing as he's blocked off any way to get to him with the Lego, I guess that doesn't matter. This kid truly has beaten the system.
Not true.
Next up is confiscated. So, we've seen one kid who tricked his parents. Now that's one thing, but what about tricking your teacher? A few years back, one kid named Schneider got his phone confiscated after using it in class. Seeing as kids can't go long without checking their phone, you can see why this would be a problem. The kid wanted his phone back, but his teacher said his mom would have to come in and collect it, so she could hear what he was doing. Now this would also be a problem, as his mom would be mad if she knew he got his phone confiscated. So, this kid beat the system by dressing up as his own mom and trying to get his phone back from his teacher. And the most surprising thing is, the teacher actually believed the disguise and gave him his phone back. They bought it. He figured the teacher wouldn't question if his mom was really him, as this would make her look rude if it really was her. And it worked.
Wait, but wouldn't they call the parent to come and get it? And I mean,
Friend tweeted out what
how
he
could
did,
that
but
really
it got
work?
out of hand and went viral, which caused his teacher to find out. Now, of course, this did get the kid into more trouble, but at least he pulled it off in the first place. And also, this kid has gone down as a viral legend who beat the system. Next up is Player. When I say Player, what do you picture? You probably think of a guy dressed as James Bond with tons of models in a beach house somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Well, perhaps you should change that image to an innocent preschooler instead. It sounds crazy, but
What
it
did he
seems
do?
like some kids who haven't even reached middle school yet are already breaking hearts. This photo was taken at a preschool and shows a little boy and a little girl hugging. They're obviously boyfriend and girlfriend, but if you look to the right, you can see the boy is secretly holding onto another girl's hand. Did this kid really get caught cheating?
This kid is savage. Bruh, I respect this kid.
In a preschool class? Some older people who cheat could learn a thing or two from this kid, as he seems like a master finesser. The girl he's hugging has no idea he's secretly holding hands with another girl right behind her. And we all know that for a preschooler, holding hands is a pretty big deal. Something tells me this kid is going to break a lot of hearts when he's older. What does the world come to when preschoolers have side chicks? Welcome to 2018, everyone.
Yep.
Next up is Grabber. Now we all love arcade games, but one of the worst arcade games that no one likes is those
It's a
grabbing
claw
machines.
machine.
We all know they're a massive rip-off, as the prices always slide off the hook. Now as adults, there's nothing we can do about this, but one kid decided to beat the system and take action.
Wait, let me guess. She climbed into the thing, or he.
Money on this lame grabber machine, she didn't win any prizes and was not happy. But she was determined to get the giant stuffed panda, so she crawled inside the machine.
Knew
The
it.
arcade supervisor spotted her inside the machine and was very mad. But the girl simply didn't care, since she needed to get the panda prize she was trying to win. She succeeded in doing this in the end, which is pretty impressive. It definitely shows determination and quick thinking that only a kid could get away with. Yeah, I think the supervisor would be a little more angry if it was a fully grown man in the machine. Either way, this girl sure does know how to beat this system. Next up is football. One of the worst things about being a kid is school. And the worst thing about school is tests. Well, one smart kid decided to use a few sneaky tricks in order to get the right test answer. The question was, which is the best estimate for the length of a football? The answers were 1 foot, 4 feet, 5 feet, or 8 feet. Now, either the kid wasn't sure or he just didn't feel like answering this dumb question. So instead, he filled in 1 foot and then added ball onto the end of the word, making
This kid is smart. He knows what he's doing.
1 football. Now 1 football would be the length of 1 football, so the teacher really can't complain. I'm just kidding. This kid probably got a detention for doing this, but he still did beat the system by technically getting the answer right. What would you do if you were a teacher? Mark this right or wrong?
I would mark this right for creativity because it's awesome.
I would personally give him an A for beating the system, but an F for math. Next up is Fishy. This is one kid who took instructions a little too literally and ended up beating the system. His teacher at his school in Japan told the entire class to bring in a fish to observe. This meant the kids had to go out and pay for a fish just to bring into class to look at. However, one kid either didn't want to spend his money on a fish or perhaps he just forgot to
He got a dead fish.
do it. So instead he simply bought in a fish from his refrigerator. While the rest of the kids had to spend their cash buying goldfish and so on, this kid simply beat the system and did something different. It sure beats the other kids sitting across from him who bought in nothing. And if his teacher complained, he could simply say he did exactly what she said by bringing in a fish. Only this kid purposely took her instructions too literally. A teaching aide took this photo and it went viral on Japanese social media sites. I can see why, as this kid is either an idiot or a genius. Which do you think?
Alright, you guys, gotta end the video there. See you soon.